It's time for the stream to start. Ow, bitch!
What's up? What, my friends? How's it going? Hold on, I'm gonna share the link for the stream in the Discord. Let's do it up. Where is that link? There it is. Bam! All right. Now let's head on over to the Discord and time for some insertion. Time for insertion. All right, there we go. Okay, we are good. The Discord has been notified. Hello, my friends. How's it going? Who do we got in here? What up? Goddard, Andy, Moogle, Dominic, Wix, Forrest, Goes, Merfolk Bear, Plaid, Potts, Grim. What's up, people? How you doing? Individuals in the chat and assorted lurkers. I'm gonna have a little bit of that root beer because it's delicious. What up? Need ham? Oh yeah, we're getting us some ham. Get some rum ham up in here. And Dex and Drafts, what's up, buddy? Happy Thursday to you. Dominic, you've never seen Teferi so angry? Yeah, the original, what was that? That was the previous Dominaria. They really angried him up, you know? Like, this time around, he's all like, I'm sorry, Karn. I'm so sorry. But last time he was like, oh, somebody stole my lunch and I don't have time magic to reverse time and get it back or something. What's this about the intro music? The music never stops being awful? Yeah, but that's part of the charm, right, bro? Like, the music being awful is literally, honestly... Like, Carly gets credit for finding the music. The song is called Meatball Parade. And she started playing it, and it was just like, okay, this is goofy. This is goofy. And then when the horns came in, and they were off-key, I was like, oh, it's magic. It's funny, it's goofy, and it's slightly off, and just the tiniest bit annoying. That's me. It's perfect. It's perfect. Hey, Andy! Thanks for the super chat, buddy. I thought that your profile picture, you know what? It's always been smaller, so I thought it was a rocket ship until now. It looked like a rocket ship to me, but now it looks like, is it a 20-sider with a cube trapped inside? Is that a cube of water? What are you, Andy? Explain yourself. Oh, you know what you are? You're Lord of the Board. That's what's up. You're Lord of the Board. Bald Falcon, just in time to fall asleep to my soothing voice. Oh, that's right, buddy. Unbutton your pants and get ready for sleep. Mustard with all the O's and the Yo's. How's it goes? Andy. That's really simple. In terms of writing the name on the board, my brain was like, isn't there more to write? And it's like, nope. Nice and straightforward. It's a logo for something called Platform Esports. Okay, fair enough. It definitely does look like a logo. See, I don't have a logo for this channel. I have a face. I've got like a sad clown face for my logo. It's great. I love it. It's in all the thumbnails. Everybody who's a channel member has one. It's great. The root beer's extra delicious today. So, I am in good spirits, my friends. Things have been, like, it's been a great day overall. You know, nothing has gone wrong. It's been mega chill. Been looking at Warhammer and Magic spoilers. Been hanging out with my lady. Just getting stuff done. Not feeling any kind of real pressure or stress. And for somebody who can be a chronic overthinker like me, it's like pretty sweet to not have any of that on my plate. Goddard, you had a video playing in the background the other day. After it played, it switched to one of my previous streams with the music at the beginning. You weren't paying attention, so you were sitting there listening to it for no good reason. Dude, sometimes I click on the stream, like, I'll be logged in on my phone and I'll click on the stream just to see what people have said on a previous one, and the music will start, and then I'll just actually sit and listen to it, and I'm like, duh, duh, duh. It's fun. It's a catchy little tune, man. It's goofy, and I love the stupid dancing with it. It makes me happy. What up, Henrique? How you doing, buddy? Hey, Dick Forrest, you are but a peasant. You know what, man? Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. I'm just glad that you came back, you know? I know you're out in the world doing your stuff for a long time, and it's always nice when one of my wayward children returns home to daddy. So you may consider yourself a peasant, but I mean, this is just a village. We're all just villagers here, so nobody's a super fancy boy anyways. I am the mad chieftain of a ridiculous village. And the people who want to live here, they come and they build their huts and decide to live here. That's it. The denizens of the village pretty much decide themselves. I just caper about. Hey, what's up? Because I'm a ridiculous human. Dominic, come on, buddy. You never leave daddy. You're like, I'll never return to daddy. And it's like, in a technical sense, you're right. Because if you never let go of my pant leg, you can't return to me because you've never left. And that's okay. Cling tightly, Dominic. Cling tightly to daddy's leg. It's a scary universe full of entropy that's trying to destroy you as we hurtle through space. But daddy's legs are thick and safe. Always remember that. Daddy's legs are extra thick and very, very safe. What up, Tyler? How you doing? Lena, what's going on, buddy? Damien, how is it with you, my man? How's it going? Lena, yeah, do a good job on that interview. And then, once you're in there, you can turn it from a nonprofit into a profit. Tell them that. Hi, I know you run a nonprofit organization. We're to turn that into a profit organization. Like, no, you don't understand what we're doing. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Damien, what's everybody's favorite spoiler so far? There's a bunch of crazy stuff. I mean, I got to admit, I like the Lotus that taps for all the mana colors. That just screams slap me in the cube. But then there's like awesome dragon stuff. There's so much good stuff. That Duplimancy enchantment. Oh, dude. So crazy. Merfolk Bear, what the hell? Chicken legs? What? Is that... Why? A disembodied leg and a chicken. I don't get the combination. Extra meaty legs? Is that what that's supposed to be? Yeah, read ahead is a cool idea. It's an interesting way to make sagas more versatile at the cost of some level of their power, which is neat, right? I wasn't expecting that kind of development with them, but I definitely embrace it. Mustard, you getting lots of old school vibes with this set? Hell yeah, bro. Like the Coalition relic coming back as a snow encrusted, like, it's a relic of the past, and it's like, that's cool, man. It's part of the Coalition originally, and now you've got other mentions where it's like the tree folk are saying, basically, bro, we've been around long enough that we remember the first time. We remember when Urza was just a little ball tickler running around these parts and the Phyrexians showed up and all that jazz. So to us, it's like they never left. I mean, that's obviously me paraphrasing. They didn't say anything about sack tickling on the card, but you feel me. Potts the Defiler cycle? Is that the one that makes your spell the colored cycle that allows for Phyrexian mana spending, basically? Just like one reduction for each creature or something like that, or a spell? A Saga Commander who gives read ahead to all sagas would be fun. Yeah, you know what, Moogle? I was actually thinking the same thing. Not specifically automatically a Saga Commander, although that's a cool idea. Just a card that lets you give read ahead to all your sagas. I mean, slapping it onto a commander actually feels like a great fit. Probably better than most other things, but I don't know. Maybe not limited to legendary. Other than that, I definitely dig the idea. Do I think Urza gets a new card in Brothers War? Oh, yeah. I mean, Urza gets a new card. Urza and Mishra get cards guaranteed. How could they not? It'd be insane. It's the Brothers War, and they're just like, nah, we're not putting them in there. It's like, we're going to make a Terminator movie, and there's no Terminator or John Connor, and you're just like, what? You know what I mean? It'd be that kind of vibe. So, Urza and Mishra guaranteed. Planeswalker Urza, I mean, that's got to happen. They've mentioned the Silex enough. Having an Urza card that turns into a Planeswalker, dope. If they mess around with the timeline and switch it so that Mishra becomes a Planeswalker instead of him, then you got a Mishra Planeswalker card as well. You get both timelines. I don't know. But that's cool. I'm down. Let's see what they're going to do. Are they going to leave huge, massive gaps with no explanation of what's going on? You better believe it. There will be gaping, massive holes for sure. But I'm just going to have a good time with it. I got nothing for the people who ask me questions in the comments on the Fantasy Geographic going, yo, bro, so what about this? And I'm like, pfft. And then what about this? Pfft. Like, bro, I didn't leave anything out. The only thing I left out was what felt like stilted dialogue to me, basically. I left, like, nothing out. So when it's like, why did they originally decide to put garbage on the Phyrexian ship, and why didn't Karn stop them, and why didn't they know that would happen? And I'm like, I don't know, man. Everybody got real brain damaged. Like, look at Teferi. Teferi lost all of his powers. Like, Teferi was so powerful that he phased out Zalfir, and even when they were like, Planeswalkers aren't Planeswalkers anymore, like, when they went, oh, the sparks have been diminished, they were still incredibly powerful beings. But, like, I don't know if Teferi did anything. Like, I glossed over one of the things Teferi did when I told the story because I was kind of incensed by the fact that they had one Phyrexian bird and it took 4 Planeswalkers to stop the Phyrexian bird, and all Teferi did was cast slow magic on it, which did Teferi cast slow magic on it, and it did nothing. And then Teferi cast slow magic on a Johnny, and again, there's nothing in the story that makes it sound like it's doing anything. It's like Teferi is one of those kids who's LARPing as a firebolt, but has no magic or something, and then he just gets ganked by one Phyrexian. And you're like, my boy Teferi used to be like really badass, but all he's good for right now is apologizing to Karn. And then at the end of the lore, they're like, we're gonna send Teferi back in time. And it's like, the guy who did the least and nothing, the guy who's been completely ineffectual, who's done nothing, who's been the weakest and the most useless out of literally everybody. He's going, can't you send somebody else back in time with his magic maybe or something? And I don't know. I just feel like it makes no sense when you look at how weak he is in the story. Why it would make sense for everyone to go, yeah, why don't you go back? You're able to use your slow magic to do nothing a bunch of times. Like, what? That part in the story where Karn puts the Phyrexian bird in a cage of metal, the Phyrexian bird that was spying on him, it took like 4 Planeswalkers to cage it. And I just wasn't having it. I was just like, yeah, you know what? I'm just going to summarize this as Karn put the bird in a metal cage, because I refuse to accept that you're weakening Planeswalkers this much for your own story to be like, this one Phyrexian bird needs four Planeswalkers with like crazy magic. This is just getting tiresome with its levels of insanity, right? I was already annoyed with Innistrad, where you had Olivia and she had the witch's spirit and she's up there going, I've got the witch and there's nothing you can do. And it's like, well, this one here could use fire magic to burn you out of the sky like it's nothing. And this one here can literally freeze time to stop you. And that's just 2 of them. These are planeswalking beings that have powerful magic. But they just did nothing. And Olivia's like, I get to go have my wedding now. You gotta sit through that for another set while Soren's all angry in the corner. And you're just like, okay, all right, I guess that's what we're doing. And now it's just like, they're like, hey man, super weak Teferi, eat balls, bro. Teferi is weak gank garbage. And I don't even get it. Why? What up, INC123? Habanero says, it's the Brothers War, refuses to print Urza and Mishra as cards. That'd be hilarious. Habanero, I agree. It's difficult to have characters that are insanely powerful and not have them, like, just feel like they can overcome anything. But Urza, while he had... The Planeswalkers, even when they were OP like Urza, they never felt like they were unstoppable. They were stopped in clever ways. Look how Urza was stopped in time streams. And just the psychological struggles of Urza cripple him, right? But Wizards doesn't do that to people now. Now their psychological struggles are like, Liliana went to Strixhaven and was like, you know what? I'm not a bad girl, but the Raven Man almost made me a bad girl. But I'm not a bad girl, and I'm not afraid, because I'm strong and I'm not a bad girl. And I'm going to stand up to you, Raven Man, because I'm a good girl who's always been a good girl of good girling. And it's like, but originally she was a villain. Her name is like an anagram for a villainess. You guys were the ones who said that, right? Like, am I confused or something? You concepted her as a villain, and then you just decided, nah, she's good, bro. Like, 100%, always good. The Raven Man almost made her bad, but she's good. And it's like, well, that's interesting. She doesn't have to feel bad about anything, because she's not responsible for any villainous things she did. Every evil thing she did can be laid at the feet of the Raven Man, because he's responsible for every decision that she's ever made. So morally, she's pure. And she deserves the sacrifice that Gideon gave to her in that completely undeserved part of War of the Spark, right? I mean, it all feels good and right for those of us who've paid a lot of attention and followed along with the story. It felt like a proper payoff and not a bunch of ham-fisted garbage and reductive and reducing the character to something lesser in the name of somehow, I don't even know what the ultimate goal was. I guess it's just she can't be evil today, now, I don't know. Whatever, man. Who cares? Who cares? Who cares? It's an imaginary lady. Wah, wah, wah. What up, Wayne? Wayne says, anyone else want to see a Phyrexian versus Eldrazi throwdown? Everyone wants to see that. That's got to happen at some point. That's got to happen at some point, for sure. Oh, and if you guys haven't heard, I'm not going to the MTG Summit, but Wayne is going in my place. You can still actually use my code Historian if you want to. It'll get you reduced ticket prices, and he's going to take some signed cards for me. So if you want a signed card and you're going, you can get one from him. It's going to be happening. He will be my proxy at the event, just so you are aware. Oh, time to crack the knuckles. Player 10, what would I think about an actual set revolving around changelings? I mean, if every card in a set is changeling, how interesting is it that they have changeling? If they all have it, then what's the point of having creature types? Do you know what I mean? It feels like, what if everything just was colorless mana? Do you know what I mean? It's the same kind of difference. It homogenizes everything, I guess. So yeah. To me, I feel like it would be a very one-note, stale idea that on paper, hey, and then you'd immediately go, oh, all right. When everybody's something, nobody is, right? Something like that. Brand, Slivers, Phyrexians, Eldrazi, and then like Thralls and other lesser known groups in Magic people want to see face off and throw down. 40k versus Pokemon Magic. I mean, obviously Pokemon's not going to be doing no Magic crossovers, but 40k obviously is here already, buddy. You're going to get other stuff coming. You got Transformers and other things. Yeah, I think the changelings are best inserted like they were in Modern Horizons and stuff like that, where you get a handful of them because they're fun, but ultimately if you make like changelings that are too powerful, they just start to take over tribal decks, and it's like, this isn't even an elf deck anymore. It's a changeling deck labeled an elf deck because some of the sorceries care about elves or things like that. Wizards has to be careful in that kind of area. Moogle, you never know. Maybe they are trying to like mimic something like that. They do seem to have leaned into some concepts that Marvel had. I got the whole Avengers vibe with the Gatewatch before, so it's possible. Yeah, habanero, exactly. The plain of Segovia is pointless to go to. The plain of Segovia is only good outside of Segovia because all the things that are like natural to the plain of Segovia are miniaturized. So a 4/4 angel from the regular world would be a 1/1 if you pulled it from Segovia, and that's an adorable concept. And that obviously goes all the way back to the original Segovian Leviathan, which is only a 3/3. But you can see whales and stuff swimming with it. So they just went and lore, okay, well, looking at the artwork and the power and toughness compared to other things, they're like, this is a really small Leviathan. Well, everything in Segovia is really tiny. And that's just the way it's always been. So it's funny because you can pull stuff from Segovia, but as soon as you go to Segovia, the magic of the place automatically shrinks everybody down to the size of the place. So there's nothing interesting to be mined from Segovia from the actual size aspect of it. You can only mine other interesting aspects. What, when you go to the plane, is interesting about it? What kind of crazy life do they have there? It can't just be, it's like everywhere else, but smaller. It's not like a Super Mario world. You can't contrast it properly. It's not possible. What we do in the Shadows secret layer would be awesome. I guess, you know what, they've done, like TV shows, everything's possible. If it's popular enough and Wizards can manage the licensing and thinks it will sell, anything's on the table, man. And I really like secret layers, so, I mean, they can just go hog wild. I don't even care. I don't even care. Lena, you're going to have to make your own proxy goat tickler. I don't see that ever becoming a Magic card. Wizards ain't gonna ever be making Magic cards based off of what I say in my videos, bro. That'll never be the case. Player 10, don't you see that you just wanted to add to the problem you're already having? You're saying you can't make a good squirrel deck without using changelings, but you want to build a squirrel deck, so you want more changelings so you can build a squirrel deck. Because squirrels count as, changelings count as squirrels. But you know what else counts as squirrels? Just gonna toss this out there. Squirrels. You could just, instead of going, hey, can you make changelings? Why? Because I want squirrels. Do you want us to make squirrels? Yeah. Come on, man. Come on. Just say you want them to make squirrels. That's way more straightforward. You're legit like adding in a way extra step you don't even need. INC, I mean, anything can happen, that's true. But probable. You know what I mean? You got to remember probability as well. The whole anything can happen also equals like an embolism in the brain, blorp, and I'm done, like midstream. It's just like, grr, lights out. You know what I mean? So anything can happen, just like the end of your life. Contemplate mortality, because that's fun. Goat napper is goat tickler. Actually, yeah, you know what? Habanero, that would be the right artwork and card to do it with from the original Lorwyn block. Secret Lair Beebles. I don't know if Beebles have enough appeal for a full-on Secret Lair. They did do that Beeble Planeswalker, though, right? That was from that box set, wasn't it? Mooga, you want Meatball Parade to play at your funeral? Well, it is a royalty-free song. You can get it from Incompetech for free whenever you want. So you can download it and have it. You can put it in your will. And then you'll forgot you put it in your will, and then when you die, no one will have any idea of what relevance this had to anything. To be like, what is this? What is this? Lena, you want more black bordered Beebles? I mean, with the unsets, you might get some now because the acorn symbols, how they delineate. But if you want, like, standard, legal, non-unset Beebles, that feels unlikely. INC. You think Carly would take over? No, there are instructions in my will. You know, back in the day, like, the Egyptian pharaohs and stuff, were like, they had their cats and stuff and, like, servants buried with them. That's in my will, too. if I die on stream or whatever, Carly's gonna be like mummified and buried with me. So she's not gonna be around either. Now she doesn't know this. It's gonna be a bit of a surprise to her, but you know, I know the right people, so I made it happen. Harsh. No, it's called love, man. It's called undying love. It's called a bond of marriage. We're going to be together. Till death do us not part. You're coming with me into the grave. Oh. That's right, Lena. I need someone to clean my top hat, bro. That's love. That's funny. Shall wait in the afterlife. Habanero, all the old ceramic jars. Pull out the organs with the hook through the nose. History is wild. Nah, I don't think we're going to be getting her take on this. That's fine. She doesn't need to know. I didn't ask her, and I'm not going to ask her. Sometimes you just make decisions that you know are in the best interest of your loved ones. And that's what I'm doing, because I care. I know how hard the world is out there, and I know how difficult it would be for her to go on without me. So I'm going to make sure she doesn't have to. And that's what a thoughtful person does. I'm a good guy. Remember that. Yeah, they should make a statue of me. I'm a good dude. Like, out of bronze. I want a bronze statue. On top of a gigantic, what do they call them? Stone, is it a plinth? Some gigantic stone thing at, like, the entrance to the city. Me standing there proudly. In a big old fancy jacket. With, like, ruffles and stuff. Like a jacket from the 1800s. Wayne, you promised in your wedding vows to outlive your wife. You're just going to stress her into an early grave? I'm going to stress you out. That's funny. Oh, yeah, the good scratching. Scratch until I get into the brain. Oh, right through the bone. Get in there, buddy. Woo! See into another dimension for a second. Lena, yes. A statue of me with a fountain of barks flowing. That's amazing. A big statue. Definitely. That's like bare minimum. We'll start getting them put up in every city. That's it. I'm going to start a cult, and it's all just going to be about getting statues. I'm like, what else are we doing? That's it. Do we have a statue in every city yet? No, then we keep going. Once we're done, then I don't know. Maybe we'll play checkers or something. Be like, what the hell? Be like just some YouTube retrospective video or whatever YouTube is 50, 80 years in the future. Did you hear about that statue cult? The what? The statue checkers cult. What the hell is that? It was this cult that was founded back in like 2022 or something like that. Some dude started a cult and they were just focused on getting a statue of him into every city. And it's like, what? That's it? Yeah. And they did it. And it's like, what? Yeah, every city had one. And then what happened? Then they just became a big checkers club and everyone played checkers. And it's like, what? Yeah, that was the end of it. Nothing ever happened. Like, most of the statues are gone. It's like, whoa, what? I want that to be my my parting gift. A bunch of just random nonsense. Statues and checkers. I didn't even play checkers. I don't care about checkers. That makes it funnier to me. Wayne, can you imagine seeing a Barks fountain, dude? It would just be like disgusting brown. Like, you wouldn't want to drink from that, bro. You would not want to drink from that. INC get the city to put up a sign that says home of the magic historian. Yeah, or what was it? Go to like the Rib Fest or something where they have those booths for merchants, and then it's like, oh, look at me, I got my own booth. Famous YouTube guy. Hey, I say stuff on the internet. You don't know about me or about the game I talk about or anything I do on the internet, but I got a booth here. And then they'll be like, what? And I'll be like, do you want to buy some kettle corn or not? It's like, do you even... do you want to buy kettle corn or not? And I just keep asking people that, but I have no kettle corn for sale. So I just keep demanding people tell me whether they want to buy kettle corn or not. And then when they say that they do, I tell them where the kettle corn booth is. So I have it like set up where you can't see most of the booth. So maybe I have the kettle corn in the back, right? And then, do you want kettle corn or not? Yeah, I'll take some kettle corn. Like, how much is it? I don't know how much it is. Go to the booth. It's on the other side of the park. Like, what? I mean, what do you mean what? You said you wanted kettle corn. Go. Go. Can you imagine? Can you imagine renting a booth at a park and just screwing with people like that? Because I would do, that's the kind of stuff I would do. Genuinely. I've messed with people a lot over the years because I'm a ridiculous human being. But I've always been very limited by resources. I have no idea how much that would cost to do something like that, but it would be genuinely hilarious to me. There's a guy that drives around, he has a QR code on his truck saying he's a famous YouTube guy. Alright, that's hardcore marketing, man. Is there any fountain I want to drink from? The fountain of youth. Even if it's a public fountain. I don't care if it's got quarters in it. I want to be young again so I can be stupid. Like really dumb. If you talk to young people, they're dumb. You're like, oh man, I remember when I was young. No wonder you think you know everything. Because you know like nothing. Hi, I've got life figured out. Oh yeah, let me ask you a question. Have you provided for yourself really in any way? Or have you spent pretty much your entire life having people pay your way, giving you a place to live and sending you off to school to do all that stuff, and you just recently maybe came out into the adult world, you know what I mean? It's like, I got it all figured out. It's like, you don't know anything. You know everything about being taken care of and having other people solve your problems. You don't know jack about the real world yet. You don't know jack until you're supposed to figure out, like, until you're forced to solve your own problems. You don't know jack about life. So young people, they be dumb, man. I don't want to go back to being that stupid and clueless combined with thinking I know everything. That's the worst, man. I know some things. I know some things pretty well. I'm very confident about that. But I don't think I know everything. And I'm very happy about that. Because I don't do nearly as many dumb things as I did when I was young. I know, yeah, no you don't, stupid. And reality will give you a chin check to let you know that, you idiot. Brian, what's the story behind Loonies and Toonies having those nicknames? Loonies and Toonies are basically, the Looney is called the Looney because on one side you have the Queen's face, but on the other side you have a bird and it's a loon. So, because the coin has a loon on it, it's a loony. So it became just an entrenched term for it. It's a loony, $1, right? It sounds like it's a crazy, but it's literally just the bird that was on it. So if there was a turkey on him, they'd be called a turkey. And then the toonie would be called a tookie. So the toonie is just called a toonie because the loony's called a loony. It's literally just, okay, loony and toonie. It works. It rhymes. People like it. It is what it is. So the first one, well, they both make sense, but it's like a meme in coin form. How about that? Yeah, Richard Forrest feels so much happier as an adult. Agreed, man. Agreed. A lot easier to make it through life when you're not a complete dullard who thinks you know everything and don't. You're running around with no clue. It's like, But there is a certain charm to it too. What are you gonna do? It's not like I regret being young. and stupid, I'm just not interested in doing it again. I figured out a lot of things that have made life much nicer, and I don't want to unlearn those by being a young dummy. It's funny how it works, right? Because old people want to tell you all the stuff they've learned. They're like, bro, I've learned all this stuff, and I want to tell you so your life will be easier. And they can tell you all the secrets to a good life, but it doesn't matter. Because it's not like you can just be like, programming my brain, thanks for all that useful info. You'll hear it, but your brain doesn't like onboard it. You've got to like be ready for the information at the right time and for it all to come together, for it to actually work right. That's the crazy thing. People can give you all the good advice in the world, but it's almost always just noise and means nothing. They're so well-meaning, and they can have the best advice, but it's ultimately useless noise. It's one of the hilarious things about mankind. I know it too, because I'm older, and sometimes talking to younger people, I'm like, yo, this is how it is, dum-dum. Listen up, you idiot. I'm about to save you a bunch of hassle and stress. Here's what you need to know. Nah, I don't think it works that way. Well, that's because you're fucking stupid and you should listen to me. Nah, I'm going to do it my way. All right, bro, have fun. Have fun. I've got a bunch of deep lines etched in my forehead from doing dumb stuff like you're doing, so knock yourself out. You got to live your experiences. But I want you to remember one day I want you to remember who told you this, because you are going to have that moment where you go, oh yeah, dude, he was right. Because I've had that moment with people. They told me stuff and it didn't click. And then much later, I'm like, oh, that's what they meant. Yep. It's like basically, that's what they meant. If you start a fire, things burn. But you're just like, oh, thanks for the advice. Yeah, start a fire, things burn. I know, I get it. And then you're just there going, oh, that's burning. Ow, oh, this is hot. It's burning stuff. This sucks. It's being human's dumb. Wayne says, I don't feel happier as an adult. I'm happier, but as a kid, I felt way happier. Ignorance is bliss. I mean, not knowing all the stuff you're going to have to do when you're a kid is pretty sweet, right? Just enjoying life. I'll give you that. I will give you that. Not having to pay bills and stuff is sweet. That is like, I would love that. I'd like, hey, what? I don't have to pay bills and you're just going to give me food every day all the time. That's great. You're going to give me a place to live and, free entertainment and take me on trips and stuff. Like, I got to say, having a family was a pretty sweet ride. But you're an entitled little kid because you're spoiled, so you can't really fully appreciate it, right? That's part of what being a successful parent is. You give your kid enough of a shield from the realities of life that they can enjoy a nice childhood, but then they're also in for a shock when they're like, oh, yeah, you guys love me, but the universe doesn't give a shit about me. Whoa, yikes, okay. Dominant Commander Rules Committee will announce some big news on Monday. I heard they're going to announce that you're banned specifically from Commander and selling Magic. They have that power, The Commander Rule Committee can ban Dominic from Magic. And I support them in this endeavor. Spoiler alert, I got inside information. That's actually what's happening. So yeah, being a kid has its ups and downs, right? What are you going to do? What up, Fillmore? You saw the WTF? Oh, the art video? You laughed for 10 minutes and cried laughing? Nice. I'm glad, man. I'm glad. It's funny how subjective humor is, right? You have that, I laughed for 10 minutes, other people came along and were like, this isn't even nearly edgy enough. You need to crank it up and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I made what I think is funny. I don't care, bro. I think it's good. So I'm glad you enjoyed it, my man. Dominic, I'm sure you will. You're like Bender. I'm gonna make my own blackjack. I doubt it. But you know what I don't doubt? That I need more root beer. I need more root beer. Look at it. You can see how low it is. That means it's time to get more root beer. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get more root beer. send you a million notifications and make all the noises. Yeah, it's so stupid. And vibrate. It's dumb. What up? I'm back. Brian, the video was pretty hilarious. You laughed so hard you couldn't breathe. I thought it was pretty funny myself. Fillmore watched it multiple times. Good. Good. It's annoying that, like, YouTube tried to tell me, yo, bro, just so you know, we're going to really limit the ads and stuff on this video because you can't swear in the first 30 seconds like you did there. And it's like, the video's only 45 seconds. I can't remove the swearing or the video doesn't work. And they're just like, all right, get wrecked. It's like, come on, man. But still, the video's great. So I was like, whatever. What are you going to do? Sometimes you got to deal with the fact that the concept you want to do will just go against the grain that YouTube normally wants you to run along. Lena, a fountain of like a soda fountain at a restaurant. I mean, that could be cool. The problem is, it's like all that, like, if you have all the pop exposed and flowing through a fountain, it actually, you just, like, the carbonation will come out of it. It'll go flat. It doesn't feel like it's worth it. It's really, that's the biggest flaw, I would say, with the idea of building a pop fountain. It's fun in concept, but ultimately feels like, I mean, I guess if you're like rich and you just do one for a party or something. I don't know. I've never really been anywhere where they had like big old fountains of chocolate or cheese or pop or whatever. I guess I'm just thinking about preserving the drink, man. So, Dominaria United spoiler season. I don't even know how much longer we have in that, really. The set doesn't come out this weekend. It's next weekend, right? That's when we start to do the pre-release and everything like that. I don't even think of the release date of that when the set's actually coming out, because Wizards goes, we put the entire set out on Arena. Okay. And we're having our pre-release. And what's that mean? Well, it means you can buy a pre-release kit. Okay. And a bunch of booster boxes and other stuff. And it's like, okay. So how's it a pre-release? Well, we just say it is. It's the release date. They just go, well, technically it's a pre-release because we won't let you buy everything right away. Like, it just doesn't feel like a pre-release versus release, right? Dominic, you think tomorrow is chaff day? Ugh, the worst day of spoilers. When the garbo flows. Well, I mean, there's an easy way to figure out if it is. Now that I think about it. Oh, yeah. Yep. It 100% is. You are correct, Dominic. Tomorrow is drop the rest of the complete garbage from the set. The last wad of trash. It's too bad that Wizards dropping the release notes messed up the spoiler season. It is unfortunate. Oh well, I guess there's probably not going to be much in the way of spoilers to talk about tomorrow that are going to be worthwhile. But you never know. Maybe something will pop up and surprise me. I do need to go through and figure out all the stuff I want for my cube, that's for sure. Well, this is cool. Once all the cards for the set are released, then we'll know fully all the little story elements that we're getting, and then we can start to look forward to the Brothers' War. Dorn, that's because Wizards sends them boxes and you can totally sell them now. That's Wizards policy. You can totally sell boxes at the beginning, right? So Wizards is just like, here you go. You can sell all these boxes. And now the thing is, they're sending collector's boxes now, too, at pre-release time. Only a few to start with, but they're literally just loading everything into the... I don't even know why they bother going pre-release, release, other than now as an excuse to try and hold back draft booster boxes and push set booster boxes first. That's it. That's the only thing I can think of. What up, Yent? Wayne says there better be more than one double strike card. Duh, you getting flashbacks to the early days when there was only like 4 flashback cards in the, or I should say 4 double strike cards in the game. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. I want to add something to my cube. I feel like adding something to my cube. Let's see if we can find something random in a random booster. I want to open a random booster of Magic. I just feel like it. Alright, I'm going to open up a pack of Forgotten Realms. Dominic, you're getting a collector's box for pre-release? Yeah, this is... They're swapping it up, man. They're changing it up. Alright, what do we got in terms of fun? Oh, we got Deadly Dispute. People really digging that one. Magic Missile? Oh, we got Den of the Bugbear. I don't think that I actually have that in my cube, so that's perfect. I do like the D&D module covers for these lands. But these ones are also cool. Not as cool, but still cool. So that's alright. I'll put that in the box of stuff that is slated to go into my cube when I have acquired the necessary sleeves. Habanero, do I remember the cards they designed with Double Strike being awful because they were scared of how overpowered it would be? Yeah, I remember there being like a 1 red, 3 mana for a 2/1 Double Strike, and that was it. That thing was terrible. It was terrible. Dorn, you're down with the Dragon Whelp action? Dragon Whelp's been around for a long time. Yeah, Ridgetop Raptor, that's what it was. That was terrible. That was terrible. It's funny, man. And then you had like Dragon Tyrant, right? Wasn't that the Double Strike Dragon, the 7/7, or was it 7/7? I don't know. It's like a flying double striking trample. It was some absurd nonsense. Just a lot of fun in terms of being a gigantic smashy dude. But yeah, it was funny how very few double strike cards there were and how not super powerful they were. Did it have a 4 red upkeep? Is that what it was? I don't remember that. That's funny. Well, I mean, things have changed a lot, right? Now Wizards makes super powerful creatures without going, wow, we gotta put these big drawbacks on them. They just go, we'll just change it later. Especially now with Alchemy. Who knows what's coming? Who knows what's coming? Right? I mean, with Alchemy, they're like, hey, we can change anything we want whenever. So who knows how much of that might have bled into paper Magic design where they're like, who cares, man? If we have to ban something, doesn't matter. Doesn't make it into Commander or whatever. Who cares? Doesn't matter if it mucks up Standard. I have no idea if that's what they're thinking, but I kind of get that vibe. Remember how powerful Urnum Jin was? Yeah, I mean, well, Urnum Jin's terrible by today's standards. It's awful. I like that, like, we're not playing at that level, because, I mean, it's a 4/5 for 4. You have to give one of your opponent's creatures Forest Walk every turn. Like, that's just dumb. You had to, like, wipe out all the land. I gotta play Armageddon to stop you from gaining the advantage. It's crazy. the hoops you had to jump through for power creatures, right? Nettletooth Djinn would just smack you for a point every turn. Sarah Angel was a big deal. Yup, 4/4 Flying Vigilance. She actually made a big difference, man. She was a big deal for a long time. But, yeah. Now she's just an uncommon whatever, right? Outclassed. The stuff they make now is stronger. But hey, plenty of fuel for my cube that way, so I'm down. I'm down with it. Oh, is the stream borking out for a moment here? Or more? What's going on? Let's take a look and see. Okay, looks like it's fine. Guess it was just on my end. Every once in a while, you got a kind of glitch going on, and I can't always tell if it's actually going out to you guys or if you're just sitting there going, everything's normal on our end, and I'm going, what's wrong? And it's like, nothing. It's all fine. Technology, right? Hypnotic Spectre, you feel like is still powerful. Yeah, I mean, Hypnotic Spectre is half decent, but even when they brought it back in 8th or 9th edition, without Dark Ritual behind it, Hypnotic Spectre isn't nearly as scary as it used to be, right? Like, the time it takes to get it going, people are usually going to be able to answer it. A 2/2 flyer for 3 that hits a random card into your opponent's hand doesn't actually feel strong enough by today's standards. Lena, Lord of the Pit once was great. A lot of people liked using them. I always felt like it was pretty dicey. A pretty dicey scenario unless you were willing to, like, back yourself up with some protection, like a circle protection black or something, you know? You could definitely have fun with it, but the drawbacks, woof, the Lord of the Pit had big drawbacks. So did the Demonic Hordes, man. They were like fun cards to play with power level wise, but ooh, dangerous. Dangerous. Birds of Paradise was a massive deal. Yep, it definitely was. Yeah, Juggernaut was sick too. I mean, you could use a Soul Ring to get it out on the second turn easily, right? Or if you had a Mox and what was it? Mishra's Workshop, then you could put it out on the first turn. Or if you had like a Lotus or something, you know, Lotus land, first turn Juggernaut. It's like, yeah, bro, you got a lightning bolt or something because you're about to get wrecked. It was pretty nuts, man. I've been messing around cracking some of that MetaZoo stuff, and I've gotten cards that seem like they're like crazy mana moxes and things that produce multiple mana. I'm wondering if you can do the same kind of silly nonsense there, but yeah, I remember the old days of Magic with the, like, a bunch of jank, but also super overpowered blowout plays and stuff. What up, TH? How you doing? How's mature life? I wouldn't know. I've never been mature. How's married life? Oh, pretty good. I got an awesome wife. Carly's the best, man. She's the best. I told her today I'm only ever going to have one wife in my life, and I'm glad she's the one. She's my little sweetie. I hugged her, and I said, you're my little cuddle bug. And I kissed her forehead, because she's my sweetie. So yeah, married life's good, bro. What up, Nathan in the house? How you doing, buddy? Habanero, correct. Hypnotic Spectre and Phyrexian Negator are a testament to the power of Dark Ritual than their own power level. Especially Negator, right? Like, Hypnotic can stand on its own as a still, if it's not taken care of. The 2/2, hey, hitting you for a random card, that's nothing to say, oh, it's complete garbage. It's just not, like, strong enough to compete on the highest levels. It's still pretty powerful. Phyrexian Negator is terrible. Phyrexian Obliterator obviously shows how terrible Negator is by just going from that 3 to 4 mana and changing it all to black. Oh, Nathan playing Commander. Nice, bro. That's good. Habanero, it's just so risky. You know, it's so easy to get burned. It's so easy to get burned with that kind of stuff. Too big a risk. Richard Forrest, you had a deck that played 4 Dark Rituals? I played a number of decks that used rituals back in the day. The silliness you could do, right? First turn hippie, second turn, like I'm going to ritual and do a Hymn to Turok and sinkhole one of your lands, or sinkhole Black Knight, or hymn Black Knight. First turn Dark Ritual, Black Knight with Unholy Strength. You know, first turn Dark Ritual, Will-O-Wisp, double Unholied. Oh, I hope you like a 4 power flyer. It's a 4/3 flyer with regeneration for 1 black that's going to pummel you, bro. Wayne says Negate is great because 50% of people assume it's obliterated because no one will be stupid enough to play Negator. That's funny. Shipman! You're starting a game of debate. Game of Commander, not debate. I was going to say, don't get in a game of debate with your wife, bro. It's better to get in a game of Commander. But yeah, Dark Ritual was crazy. It's just like, what? It's just like 1 mana for 3, it's fine. But all that super fast mana, Black Lotus, Moxes, Dark Rituals, you could just do insane silliness. Wayne, you did the first turn Dark Ritual triple Black Vice? That's hilarious. That's nutty, man. By the time we were using Black Vice, I already knew that you could only play 1 copy, so I never got to try multiple Black Vices like that. I remember doing some ridiculous, like, first turn triple Dark Ritual. Triple Dark Ritual? Mind Twist you for 6? And it's like, what? Yeah. I'm going to make you discard 6 cards at random from your starting hand. Like... And then you hit all their lands, and there's like... That's funny. Memories! Oh, Habanero, you eat your own negators to save yourself. Fair enough. Fair enough. That's a fun idea. Yen, always mess with the bird, 100%. Bolt the bird, whatever. There was a guy that I played Magic with, and I messed with his Birds of Paradise so much that it became like a mental tick for him, to the point where he would literally forfeit games against me. If I could get rid of his first turn birds, it was a guaranteed win. It was an ultra trigger on him, and you better believe I used that to score wins in tournaments whenever possible. Like, I remember he'd put out a birds, I'd be like, swords it. He'd be like, oh, come on, man. We started another game, be like, birds, bolt it. And she's like, I'm sick of you getting rid of my birds right away. And then, like, he kept doing it. And then he would just start, he's like, ah! And he'd just throw his cards up. Whatever, man, you win. I'm tired of this. I'm like, all right? To the point where I'd be playing against him, and he'd put up the birds, and I'd be like, I wonder what happens if I unsummon his birds. So I unsummon his first turn birds. And he just goes, that's it, I'm not playing, I quit. And like, you win. And I was like, we're in a tournament. What do I care? If you enter a tournament and then throw a fit about what people are doing when it's simple stuff like getting rid of your whatever, yeah, I'll take that. I'll take that easy win any day of the week, bro. So his birds were always mess with them no matter what. Mess with that guy's birds no matter what and collect your free win. It was so easy. It was so easy. Hey, Karis says, double smoked cheddar. What are you doing, Karis? How you doing, buddy? Double smoked cheddar, Pizza Hut, or something like that. Oh, I like the way you think, man. I like the belly-filling goodness that you describe. And it's nice to see you. It's nice to see you, Mr. Donut. How you doing? How you doing, Karis? You lower the board now, bro. So yeah, it was funny, man. Different people have different, like, different things that will, like, set them off or whatever. You know, it could get in people's heads in different ways. It wasn't like I sat there full on trying to get in people's heads. I just noticed that particular people would respond particular ways to things. And I'm just like, huh, all right, well, let's go with that. But I never fully went out of my way, like, to psychologically manipulate and try and put my opponents on tilt and do all this, like, ooh, manipulative games. I don't care about that. But if you're somebody who I just know is going to forfeit and freak out if I mess with your first turn birds, then yeah, I'm gonna, you know? What up, Shorio? How you doing? Karis, loving life. Hell yeah, buddy. Too busy as always. I feel you, man. Busyness is a reality for me, too. I'm glad you stopped by to say hello during your busyness. Wayne says, my favorite play was opponent played Lotus, Sapphire, Ruby, Island, Mahamodi. My friend playing him with this Prodigal Sorcerer deck unsummoned. Yeah, it's hilarious when somebody spends a bunch of resources. I'll just send it back to your hand. It's like, come on, man. Come on. Card flicking? Oh, do you mean when they're like people are snapping cards in their hands or whatever? Yeah, I mean, when I'm playing in a tournament or something and somebody's like constantly moving the cards around in their hand, that's the level where it's like too much for me. Do you know what I mean? I just want to, like, I'm not here to try and win the rights to mate with the princess and make the new race of like warrior kings. I'm just here to play Magic the Gathering. So when you're just like, I gotta make sure that in case you're memorizing how many cards I have or where something got put, if something got back to my hand, like, I'm like, this is important, man. I gotta make sure that I'm always doing optimal playing, right? Because who knows what kind of tricks you might be using to keep track of the cards that I got. So as long as, like, this is how I keep on top of it. I don't want you to know where the card that I just drew went. Guy, I'm ultimate meta, man. And I'm just like, I don't, at this level here, just, you can have the win. I'll leave. I don't even need it. I don't care. I don't even need it. It's like, just calm down. It's, don't you know I'm pro gamer? This is pro game moves. Pro game moves. The same kind of stuff that makes people do this is the same kind of stuff that makes them do this. Oh, I didn't know my cards were marked. Oh, that stuff is just, what? I gotta make sure I'm moving it around. It's like, okay, man, all right. It's just at the end of the day, it's just the game. It's so, like, it's too much. It's too much. I've just been playing Magic for too long, and it's too far in a tournament to be like, especially out of a tournament. That's when it's like, stop it. You sit there, think I'm memorizing your cards and where the placement is and whatever else. Like, okay. All right. It's a very weird thing to do, I feel like. But hey, everybody's got their own thing, right? There's some part of the Magic population that love it. They feel like it's important, and the ones who want to do that can do that. Those are the same guys who will not really want to play against you if you're not playing a meta deck too. So everyone's got their own desires. Some people want to take it that seriously. I can't, right? So whatever. Karis says, they'll know by the lack of sleeves and the rubber band holding the deck together. Yeah, that'll let somebody know you're casual as hell, bro. Joker, you do it because of your ADHD. If somebody's just moving the cards around because they want to, it's not, that doesn't, like, annoy me the way that somebody moving the cards around thinking it's this, like, tactical maneuver and that they're, like, good at the game, because it's this particular embodiment and mentality, really, I suppose, that I find to be obnoxious more than anything. It's not automatically the movement of the cards, it's how it's being done and why it's being done. You dig? Like, it's not just automatically, don't move the cards. It's like, don't get too serious about this. We're just playing a card game at a local game store, bro. Legitimately. It's too much. It's too much. You know what I mean? Like, it just feels like it's too much. Fillmore, oh, you're heading out, buddy? All right. Let me see. Let me see, buddy, if my phone is working. Oh, says thanks for the laughs. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. Have a nice night. Thanks for the PayPal monies. People do it as a mental game to tell. Yeah, Lena, those are the people that I'm like, I'm not interested in playing games of Magic against people who are like, I want to try and find ways to mess with your head and outside. Just play the game. It's like, I consider this part of the game too, and it's like, well, you and I have a difference of opinion, and I don't want to do your thing. Yant did the rubber band thing too, guys. I never did the rubber band thing. I just never used rubber bands on my cards. And not because I was some elitist, like, yo, I'm not using rubber bands. It puts a little dent in the edge of the cards, although I don't like that. I want to be very clear. I am totally down with Magic cards getting wear from gameplay. So if you play the cards, no sleeves, like I did with my cards, I'm cool with that. But rubber band, like, hug indents, I don't like those. They're like the Magic cards, they didn't deserve that. They didn't get that from being played with. They just got that from being callously wrapped with rubber bands. Everyone's got their own particular level, right? So I just don't like the little, like, pull in. They're your cards, I don't care. But I don't want to do that to my cards. My cards I would just throw in little boxes or get the little see-through plastic things. I never did the rubber band thing. I would actually just use, like, a bent Magic card as a divider first, you know? Shipman, you're gonna go watch the MetaZoo stream after this? Yeah, I cracked some funky MetaZoo, and I know more about the game now, so I could actually appreciate it more. Shorio, use part organizers for your commander decks. That'll work. Karis, yeah, the penny sleeves were terrible, right? I would never have used those. Gradual playwear looks cool. Yeah, gradual playwear is like unique to the card, right? It's like it builds up its own sort of thing. I don't really specifically advocate for, like, at this point, I have my cube, and my cube is built out of stuff that you guys have hooked me up with. My cube is my fan cube. So I don't want the cards to get damaged because they came from you guys. So it's not like I just go out and get a replacement. It's not the same thing. It didn't come from you guys. So for me, I have everything in the cube now double sleeved, ultra protect. Well, some of the stuff isn't double sleeved because I don't have enough of the sleeve I need. But the idea is to have it all double sleeved, ready to go. Ready to go. Oh, Lena, yeah, dude, I've had stuff stolen. I've had my magical stuff stolen, and non-magical stuff stolen. It always feels bad. I got stolen from by a number of people. I was too trusting. I was too trusting when I was younger. I just, like, there was no part of me that thought that people going through my cards would just steal a bunch of them. Like, how naive was I? They stole so much. Multiple people. I'd just be like, yeah, here you go, here's my binder, or here's a box of cards, and just let them go wander off and do whatever. I wouldn't be, like, right there beside them, watching them go through the cards or whatever. And so I just remember the day where it became very apparent what the hell was happening when I walk over to where my one friend is sitting on the couch with, like, he's just going through my cards, and there's this huge pile of cards that are just down here. And I look down, and I'm, like, walking up, and I see him drop a card as I'm walking up. And it just clicks in. I'm like, this is just a massive pile of stuff that you're stealing from me right now. What the... You know what I mean? It was just this big, obviously a very big deal. But yeah, after getting stolen from a number of times, I wised up. Oh, memories. Memories of a naive, foolish Mike. Getting taken advantage of. Getting robbed. Oh. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to look at some magic art cards because I haven't picked out what the Lord of the Board card is going to be for tonight's stream. Let's pick a nice one. I mean, they're all nice, really, so. You know what? Karis was talking about food, and that makes me want to pick, even though it's not technically about cooking. Look at that, man. It's Volo. He looks like he's got a Chef Boyardee hat and a big fat book, right? That's what I'm gonna use for tonight. That's gonna be the Lord of the Board. That's going to be the Lord of the Board card. We're going to do Volo. Needham, you felt the pain of stolen cards? I think a lot of people have. Karen says he definitely lives off of Pizza Hut. Yeah. He definitely looks like he does, doesn't he? That's fun. Man, I'm so hyped about how awesome my cube is, how much fun stuff there is, and getting Dominaria United stuff, and making a full-on bigger list. Because when you go into the Discord, there's the stuff I want list, but it only has stuff from Modern Horizons 2, because I've never added anything since then. Yen, you like commoner and popper for a reason? I mean, accessibility, right? Bow Falcon, Karma's coming back, and I get a ton of free cards and can laugh at the stolen cards. Very true. Very true. You know what? Actually, I saw the guy. The guy I was talking about who, like, swiped those cards. I saw him less than a week ago. And he wasn't looking too great. So, yeah, I guess you're right. I guess Karma's sorted it all out. That's all right. It's such ancient memories that it's not like it actually, like, I feel any pain over it or anything, right? Logan, how's my night going? It's going good. Hanging out with you guys is mega chill. It's a nice relaxing part of my day. So I'm glad I get to do it whenever I want. It's awesome. Wayne, am I bringing my cube to the pre-release? Yes. Yes, I am. Just like I did to the last one. I already got contacted by Ryan. He asked me if I was going. I said I was. So we're going to go together. And then I'm gonna bring the cube. We'll play some Dominaria United. It's gonna be a good night. And that's what, 2 Fridays from? Is that next Friday? Is that what it is? Is it next Friday already? When is the? I forgot when the pre-release is. It'd be cool if it's. It should be next week if the spoilers end this week. That means I have like a little over a week until the pre-release. That'd be dope. Oh, it is. Oh, yeah, nice. Sweet. That means that we will get to open some stuff in advance this week. Like, I mean, it's Thursday. I'm talking about the next week, I guess, really. Nathan, yeah, 2nd and 3rd, buddy. The weekend's coming. Tayson, it crept up fast. It sure did. Shorio, shame you missed yesterday's streams. Was at work. The good news is both of them are actually still up, although the one on the Historian will end up getting deleted. I put it up as an experiment to see what would happen, and I've seen what happened. It literally, like, Streaming regularly impacts the stats of your most recent release and other videos, but leaving the stream up has a much greater impact on videos. So, yeah, I'm going to continue my basically deleting all the streams that happen on the Historian, but leaving ones up on Hatcher, because the Historian and Hatcher have a different setup. But yeah, I definitely learned. Whoa, I can see the difference. So I left that stream up for anybody who was like, yo, I've been missing the streams or whatever else, to help get the information out. And I will every once in a while do one of those and put it out to make sure that people who have been missing the streams are able to find their way here. Because I'm still going to be doing streams on the Historian, right, regularly. But they're just all going to get deleted. It's going to be business as usual, basically. Nathan, you're trying to swing a full day at the LGS on Saturday, play a couple of pre-release events and a bunch of casual Commander in between. Nothing like a full-on day of chilling and playing Magic, man. I remember doing that a lot when I was young. Yeah, just having the whole day, you know? Oh, it's so good. I'm looking forward to this pre-release. Lena, you got enough store credit to play in 6 events. Nice. Have fun, man. Karis, am I making it to Vegas for the 30th? I am not. No, I am not part of any of that, my man. Tayson, you found your old Krovax the Cursed card? Did you know that they did like an alternate timeline where Krovax avoided that curse and Miri got the curse instead? Some of the cards in Plane Shift covered that, and you get Krovax as like instead of Krovax Ascendant Evankar, you get like Krovax like Redeemed Hero or something like that. What do I think of Dominaria as a whole, the lore and the cards? I'm really digging it. I'm really digging it. I'm super excited to go to the pre-release and have fun. Sure, yo, have I ever done videos on how to play a different card game? Yes, I did one explaining how Magic players can play Force of Will. So, yeah, the MetaZoo thing is something that I could theoretically do a video explaining. It's actually fairly similar to Magic, so it's not that difficult to learn. It basically uses the same concept of putting out lands, the tap for mana, you cast your spells, except in this game, creatures, you can attack creatures directly, you can attack artifacts directly, and you can block for anything as well. So it just has a bunch of like mini attack phases that are announced individually, and you cast spells and creatures, and yeah, it's real similar to Magic. So I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to do like how to play videos. Those exist out on the internet already. There are other people who have like made how to play MetaZoo videos, and I don't know if I'm really interested in making tutorials. I'll probably do something more along the lines, at least first, of making like initial impression videos where I say what I think about the game, you know? But in terms of actually explaining, it's the same way I never really did videos explaining to people how to play Magic. I'm not the best teacher for beginners of things. That tends to not be my wheelhouse. So it's not something I really get into, you know? But it's possible. Maybe at some point I would want to do something like that. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff I want to do, and making a gameplay tutorial right now isn't currently at the top of the list. So, especially here, I'm just kind of like drifting where things take me, and I don't want to just spend all my time talking about card games and all that. I want to enjoy a variety of things. Like, I still owe an Elden Ring stream. Caleb has been extremely patient, and I owe him an Elden Ring stream. It's still installed on my computer, and I haven't seen him in a while, but I am going to do it. There's a bunch of stuff I want to do. Part of the thing with the video game streams that stops me as well is I really like just hanging and talking with you guys, and it's hard to find the balance of playing a video game and chatting with you guys where we're both like getting the level of interaction that we're happy with. So I got to work on that. I know I don't really like full-on presentation streams, but playing some games and hanging out with you guys. Oh, who knows? Maybe playing games on stream will just be more like playing games with you. Like that Wheel of Fortune game that I saw down at the LGS. Whatever. I'm just going to not really set any hard and fast rules because we're not going to do it hard and fast here. Unless I feel like it. I don't know. Whatever. Do I have any specific cards I'm interested in building around? There's stuff I want for my cube, Tayson, but nothing I particularly want to like make a deck about. Karis, I'm going to switch to making exclusive, like just Pizza Hut and cheese-based content. I'm going to make cheese spectacles and be the biggest spectacle. I'm going to be the internet's #1 cheese boy. Stay cool, cheese bags. That'll be my catchphrase. What up, Yeti? How you doing, buddy? So yeah, I mean, I will admit with the whole stream thing, I'm totally used to chill streams and chatting with you guys. And when I am doing something where it's like, I'm just doing the thing, my brain goes, well, if I'm just doing this thing and we're not really talking, why is this not a video for you guys to watch instead of it being a live stream, right? But then there's lots of live streams where people are just putting on presentation, and then there's so many people in there enjoying it. So my brain goes, well, a lot of people like that. So I guess it's just like, is it that I'm really accustomed to this? Or is it just that this is naturally what I gravitate to more? And I feel like it's probably mostly the latter. I don't know, chilling, chatting, hanging out or whatever. It's mega chill. I feel like if I was really hardcore into wanting to play the video games and stuff, I would have already been pushing for it. But there's some that I think will be fun, you know? I guess it's got to be somewhere in the middle. Something that doesn't require constant, like, attention on the game or everything goes south, because then there's no chance to really interact. All right, Lena, see you later. I don't know. Guys, I'm a massive overthinker. It's been very well established. It's funny. Carly feels bad for me because of how much I overthink. So I do it over everything. Like, even something as simple as, what should I do for a stream and for us to have fun? And I just get into these just overthinking cycles. It's ridiculous. Shorio, you're going to Uno reverse card that into oh no. Yoko Ono. Now you have to go and listen to Yoko Ono on YouTube instead of getting to play Uno. Uno means one. You're all by yourself listening to Yoko Ono. That is what happens to you. Karis, I mean, that's pretty much the level that I felt as well. I was like, it's like, there's a lot of people doing that stuff and it works for them and people are happy. And it's that, like, it's both mentalities. You have both competing mentalities at the same time, which creates cognitive dissonance, right? There's one part of your brain that goes, well, I'm enjoying what I'm doing and everyone here is enjoying what we're doing. So there's clearly nothing wrong with that. But at the same time, over here, they're doing this and a ton of people are enjoying that as well. So am I missing out? Is everybody missing out? I don't know. Are they? And then you just go through all this stuff. But ultimately, both ways. Anyway, it's all good. The person doing the streaming and the audience can decide together what makes everybody happy. The overthinking is ridiculous. FOMO, I guess. Yeah, you know what? Fear of missing out. I'm not doing the, well, I'm not like, how do I create the most entertaining experience for everybody, myself included? Because I definitely know when I'm too focused on what I'm doing and not interact with you guys, it feels very strange. Lopez, you're glad you subbed to both channels? Hell yeah, I got 3 channels, by the way. Fantasy Geographic is a magic lore channel, so you can get all 3 if you want, bro. Womp, womp, womp. Kara says, are you having fun? Damn right I am. Is it slowly goring? It is. It's goring my internal organs, and I'm bleeding, so that's good. Is it growing? It, like, dude, it doesn't even, like, really need to grow overall. The thing about, like, the streams is it doesn't feel like the stream size has really grown that much over the years at all. It just feels like a cozy little crew, pretty much roughly around the same size. You know, it's been years without that growing into, like, hundreds and hundreds. So I guess if you're just measuring it from that perspective, the growth part of it, then that could be where you'd go, well, but at the same time, it's like massively chill. Like, when I think about it, my brain, I guess, honest, if I'm being 100% honest, 100% honest, I just like, I see the amount of people that are enjoying those streams, and there's a part of my brain that goes, look at how many people. If 700 people are at that stream and like 60 people are at your stream, then isn't that stream 10 times better than yours? Do you know what I mean? Like, that is a very basic and reductive way to look at things, and in no way is accurate, because you can't just equate people in that way. But the mathematical lizard brain nonsense underneath just looks at it and goes, well, if that many people are liking that thing, maybe what you're doing isn't as good as that thing, and other people wouldn't, like, more people would enjoy that more, because ultimately I want to be an entertainer, and entertaining people is what it's about. So it's like, oh, you can reach more people, but then it turns into, well, what kind of entertaining do you want to do? Do you want to do the kind of entertaining where you're playing these particular games and following what will let you entertain the most people, or do you want to entertain people your way, like, you know? And so I just keep coming back to really wanting to do it my way. But it's a cycle of thought and running into a wall and reasoning it out and all this nonsense, and eventually these things get sorted out, but I think in circles for a while. That's how it goes. Lopez, you've been watching the lore as well. Well, that's fine. It's all good. I got enough channels so you don't even need it. You can say you like 2 without saying you like the 3rd. I'll count it in there. Karis, as I've said it before, for many years now, you're the only streamer I've ever given money to. Keep being you. Well, thanks, buddy. I mean, I think we can safely say that after years of me streaming, I'm literally the same dude when I'm doing the stream. Like, nothing's changed. These streams are almost exactly the same as they were when I started years ago. Now, there are some improvements that I do want to make for you guys visually, but I don't really overall want to change, like, the nature of the streams. The chill, like, a chill group just chatting about whatever is more appealing to me than I will play this game for you, like, and I'm really good at it, and I'll be focused on the game and ignore you guys. Karis, one thing's changed. You took down the Skittles video. Oh yeah, all that stuff basically got lost a long time ago. It is all gone. And I'm gonna be real with you. I feel ya on the disappointment that that stuff is gone, but I also, like, don't like a lot of my old content, bro. I hate where I was in life back then. I hate how unhealthy and angry and uncomfortable I was. I hate seeing myself like that, like all of it. So I don't regret that it's gone, really, but I feel for anybody who misses the stuff, you know? I'm glad we were able to experience it, but, like, I don't know. I don't know, man. Hard time in my life. I don't like a lot of the reminders of it. I guess that's selfish, but what are you going to do? It's YouTube, right? So part of it is definitely my journey and my choices. I don't know. You don't always know what the right answer is. Like I said, I'm an overthinker, so trust me. Before I took them down, I spent a lot of time thinking about it. I think that was at a time when we were changing the direction of what this channel was going to be. But all that's done now. All the trying to figure out what I'm going to do here, what this is going to be, that's not happening anymore. This channel is just straight up Hatcher. We've changed the name. We've done a bunch of different things here over the years, but it's just straight up Hatcher. It's just 100% me and whatever I want to do. That's what we're going to do. Just and have a good time. Karis, I'm glad that it made you laugh, and I see the funniness. Like, it was seven hot Skittles, and down the hatches aren't ruled out for the future. I tried to preserve some of them, like the Snack Hat video, which is, in my opinion, the absolute funniest down the hatch ever made. But yeah, those old ones, like, the real reason that they're gone forever isn't because I deleted them out. Like, when I took them down off of YouTube, I had backups of those videos, but because I didn't have space on my computer and I had to get a new computer as well when the previous one died, I lost all the old originals for all the old Hatcher videos, all of the original Fantasy Geographic lore videos, like all that stuff is all long gone. I can never get it back. Like, I've lost hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of videos. I only now finally have, this is like the master backup drive. and any videos or other files that I need are now safely secured in this guy. So we're not going to have that happen in the future, because if I still had the video, I would just, like, I'd put it up unlisted or something. I'd put it somewhere where you could check it out. You've already seen it. It doesn't matter, you know, or maybe I would just fully even re-release it. Who knows? Maybe I would get over the discomfort that I have and go, if it makes people laugh, who cares, you know? So yeah, I don't have the old stuff. It is a shame, but hey, what are you gonna do? I'm a one-man operation, just like kind of clawing my way through this, right? I've been given a lot of help, but yeah, it's just you got to do what you got to do, right? I've had to delete a lot of stuff. Karis, do I need another backup? What do you mean? Like another drive? To have a secondary backup? Habanero could be on Wayback Machine. I don't think the Wayback Machine keeps videos, bro. I think you can get like other things, but not. I don't think that they have like an archive of all YouTube videos, right? That sounds pretty unbelievable. But who knows? I mean, I don't know how technology works 100% today. Kara says, 1 is none, 2 is 1, buy another backup. Thanks, bro. Is this a tech saying? Is that what that is? 1 is none, 2 is 1. It sounds like a riddle, like Tweedledee and Tweedledum come out. 1 is none, 2 is 1. What? You need another backup. All right, Karis. You mega lording the board now, bro. 1 is none, 2 is 1. Hey, Scott C, what up, buddy? Oh, it's a military saying, is it? 1 is none, 2 is 1. I mean, I guess that's a good way of making sure you're prepared, right? It's easy to remember. 1 is none, 2 is 1. It's like a Spice Girl song. Tonight is the night where 2 become 1. Oh yeah, me and Scary Spice. What's up? Now I'm having Spice Girls flashbacks. I watched the Spice Girls movie when I was in Newfoundland, staying with my grandparents. I was like watching VHS movies. I had to like get them from the local rental shop, and I rented Spice World because I needed something to watch, and I was there for a long time. Two is 1, 1 is none is truth. It is truth, it is life. Yeah, all my early era stuff is long gone, and there's certain videos, like, even though they're from that era, I totally still wish I had them. Like the MTG Lion video and stuff, those videos were really fun and funny, you know what I mean? And the people who they were about, like MTG Lion, he thought it was great too. What up, Timmy? Mountain Jam, you rented Spice World? Yeah. Oh no, you're saying yes, I did. I did, buddy. Karis, you can say you never watched Spice World. Yeah, well, you probably weren't like trapped somewhere like I was. I was trapped there for like a whole month. Devin, have I ever been to Western Canada? Nope. I've gone like all the way east, but not west. I got a buddy who lives out in BC, but I've never been out there. Your first backup drive is likely to fail if it's used too often. Best to have a second, which you back up everything from your first backup at least once a month. Man, all these like steps, eh? Damn. Habanero lives by pistachio review. You gotta, pistachios are a business expense. Nathan, someday we'll get, yeah, someday you'll get me out there to the flatlands. To the flatlands and the prairies. We're gonna put some wheat in our teeth and pump some gas. Let's go to the oil fields and get beefy wrists. But watch out, cause you might get crushed by the pipes and stuff. We're going to the oil rigs. We're getting construction hats. Get me a hard hat. Oh, good stretching, yes sir. Yes sir, indeed. Oh man, I'm stoked that the pre-release is only like a week away, bro. That's awesome. I felt like it was a couple weeks away. Oh well. I wonder if anything good's gonna get spoiled tomorrow. But yeah, that channel introduction video, that was another one. That video actually surprised me in that I made it because I thought it was funny to defy expectations. And I expected it to get way more hate than it did. I didn't expect a bunch of people to be like, bro, I loved this video. I guess I just like, I made a train wreck that you couldn't look away from at first, right? So you're just like, what is this? What is this guy even doing? And then after a while, it's like, what? And then when you're in on the okay, that was pretty funny. It turned out that, yeah, it's like my mom was mad at me for making that video. She was angry at me because I was like, she was so happy. She's like, I'm so glad you have this YouTube thing, and it's like, it's really good for you, and you should take it seriously. And so then I'm explaining to her how YouTube says you should make a 15 to 20 second intro video, and how I was like, and the video is supposed to hype up your channel and get everyone all excited. And then I explained to her I was going to make a 15 to 20 minute video that did the opposite. And then she got really mad at me. And she's like, I thought you were going to take this seriously. And I'm like, it goes like this, Mom. I want to entertain people, but I want to make myself laugh first. And here's the thing. I'm probably never going to get this opportunity again because nobody really knows who I am. So you can only introduce yourself once. So I'm going to do it. And then I made the video. And when I explained it to people, like I went to a YouTube party with a bunch of other YouTubers, and we're talking like people who successfully manage channels, people who aren't even actually, they're not the talent on the channel. They're the people who manage the channels. These are the kind of channels that I'm dealing with, right? They're the official representative of the channel stuff. And I'm telling them about my intro video, and they're being so polite and smiling to me, but they're doing that subconscious, like shaking their head like, are you brain damaged? What are you doing? And I did a bunch of that. I did a bunch of nonsense that was not what you would expect. And just, because it was funny to me. It was ridiculous. And then the Magic Historian became less ridiculous. But now I turned to this channel, and I've started to get ridiculous here. Look at Fillmore. He was happy earlier based on the WTF card video that I did, which is just 45 seconds of me going, what the fuck? Which I thought was a hilarious thing to do, right? That's the kind of crazy nonsense that I can't put on the Historian because people will get all, I just wanted some news from you. I didn't need to, what even is this? So I can just do it over here and be like, here you go. Here's a hot piping serving of absolute nonsense. Like, you guys should see the intro video that I did. Like the video that I've done with the creator of Genesis. It's so stupid. It's funny, man. So yeah, just it's ridiculous nonsense is on the menu for this channel. I'm free to do any dumb, stupid, idiotic shit that I can think of. And with all the support that I get, it means like I don't have to fucking worry about it, right? That video is totally 100% demonetized. It made like 30 cents. I got paid 30 cents for making that video. 30 cents for making that video. I don't know how long it's been out for. Weeks and weeks. 30 cents for making that video, bro. You know what I mean? Like, YouTube was like, we're not putting ads in front of a video where you just keep saying, what the fuck, bro? Just don't swear in the first 30 seconds. And they'll be like, we'll put ads on your video. No problem. We'll put them on there. No problem. but you can't say fuck in the first 30 seconds. And here I am just bam, 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 bam. I say it, I check, the video's like 37 seconds. I say it like 8 times in the first 30 seconds. I'm like, sorry, YouTube, nothing I can do, buddy. Hands are tied. And they're like, no, screw you. You get no ad revenue. None. You'll get maybe some YouTube premium revenue, but here's the thing. We'll show the ad to 1 out of 1 million people, and we'll give you 30 cents in a month. It's like, okay, whatever. It's funny. I don't care. Eat my bag. Eat my bag. Kara says, the normal old MTG perp stuff, aka what drew us in to begin with. Yes. Yes. Correct, my friend. Correct. The stuff that drew in ultimately fewer people, but people who are here to have a ridiculous good time. And I'm totally fine with that, right? I'm cool. Like, I'm very happy with these tiny little chill streams where we've got like 30 people and whatever. 1,000 people on a live stream is daunting to interact with, on top of like the whole here presenting to them. So I'm happy where we're at, bro. I'm good with staying on this level and doing the original MTG purple like era nonsense. Lion wanting to wear Manosaurus as a skin suit was amazing. Yeah, after Manosaurus had back surgery, I made a video saying that MTG Lion planned to climb inside of Wedge's body and operate him like a skin suit to get his subscriber count. Back before YouTube had the anti-bullying rules, there were a lot of fun videos that I made. And I want to be clear, not a single one of those videos were bullying. And all those videos that I made were loved by the people that I made them about. So if I made a video, for example, about Alpha Investments, he was cool and happy with it. Same thing with MTG Lion. Same thing with Rogue Deck Builder. Same, like, everybody I made videos about was cool with it. But there were people on the internet who aren't that smart who watched the video and thought I was actually attacking the person. And so once YouTube put out the anti-bullying rules, I'm like, okay, they're going to come after these videos. You remember, for those of you who are aware of it, what's his name? iDubbbz's Leafy video got taken down when that whole bully scrub was going on. Well, I got ahead of that and got rid of my videos that were like that before we even got there. Devin, I did a video with Assad. Yes. Me and Assad got together and he taught me how to play Genesis. One of the unique things about my position as a YouTuber is some people are crazy enough to think that somehow like allying themselves with me or presenting their game to me will be beneficial to them. So Assad somehow crazily thinks that me playing Genesis will be good for his game. So I was like, sure, I'll learn your game, bro. Why not? George had already sent me some Genesis. So I was like, oh, I'm looking at getting into this game. What better way than to be taught by the creator of the game? So we got together and I actually filmed a little skit with him while we were together. And it was funny because he's a super chill guy with like, it feels like no ego. Like he spent 20 years developing this game that is his passion. And it's been like, he's been selling it to people for the last 5 years. But when he met me, he's like, it feels surreal meeting you. And I'm like, that's strange, dude, because I'm just some guy on the internet. But he did come to meet me and teach me the game, right? I guess it's worthwhile to come out and teach me. So you will get to see an initial impressions video about Genesis that includes footage of the game's creator hanging out with me. Habanero, I agree. I agree, buddy. The old days were good. They were a fun experience. But we can have new ones, right? I'm glad that the old stuff was memorable. And I'm looking forward to doing more memorable stuff. Kenny, yeah. If this is Hatcher's take on a top 10 video, loved it. Hell yeah, bro. That's the kind of stuff I used to do, like just crazy nonsense. Phil cares is not bullying if it's true. I'm talking about what YouTube's definition of it is, right? Sure, yo, you want to be like me? Oh, I want to be like Mike. Like that old Michael Jordan commercial. Kenny, have I posted the Genesis video yet? Nope, not yet, bro. Not yet. The interview you did recently on the other channel was seriously entertaining. Loved it. Oh, on Kitchen Table? You liked that? Yeah, I had a lot of fun. That was a good time. And people were pointing at me showing up on his channel and smack talking these other games and stuff as they're like, whoa, man, Mike did a number on you. Now you're getting into Magic and bailing on this other stuff. Speaking of bailing, it's dinner time. So it's time for me to bail. So enjoy this.